The guy got shot on TV because he what? Why? What did the guy
People didn't
do?
like what he had to say. Yeah.
That's so fucking crazy.
He said boys should be boys and girls should be girls, and everyone was like, "We got a problem with that."
This episode is brought to you by Shrubs.me.
Isn't
Charlie
that crazy?
Kirk.
Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy? Are
Think
we
about
on
it.
side with Charlie Kirk? I mean, some of the stuff he said was pretty fucking dumb, but we knew him, right? Everybody knew him, and he was
Yeah.
influential as
I think he was a really great part of society. I think that he played a role.
he didn't hurt. Yeah, he didn't hurt.
He called him out. Some of the videos, the university stuff was great. Obviously, you only see the clips that maybe show him in a better light. But man, the stuff he would do to challenge those libtards are classic videos that will be in circulation forever.
You can
And
say
you've got
libtard now. That's great, TK.
Can you say libtard?
I guess so. I mean, you said it, and then I
Yeah.
said it, and then you
Yeah.
said it again, and then just for good measure, I'll say libtard again, just
To
for the
even
hell
it
of
out.
it, right?
Two
To
and
even
two.
it out.
And then sometimes he's got those strippers or OnlyFans girls or porn stars in interviews and stuff like that, where he's questioning their morals and stuff like that. You see those clips, and
He's
he
on
just
that other
knows.
guy's show.
He's
yeah.
just super smart. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, I heard actually. So
Is he
so
Jewish? By the way, is he Jewish?
I don't think so. But
He's talked about Jesus and stuff
maybe
like that too.
no,
I always
he's
thought
no,
he was
he's
Jewish.
no, he's super Jesus Bible thumping
Yeah.
Jesus. I mean, technically that's Jewish, but I don't think we're going there right now.
I'm just asking.
Well, I again, the answer is no. The guy is
Okay.
super
Christian.
talks about Christ,
God and
Jesus,
Jesus all the
God,
time.
and
Yeah, yeah,
all
yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
But and then recently, right before he got murdered in front of everybody,
Assassinated. The
assassinated,
political
on-
assassination. He's a
on
representative of the right winged conservative political spectrum. That's what
Well,
he is.
well, and people won't like to hear this, I don't think, or maybe I don't know. Maybe we don't have any black people in our audience, TK. I have no idea, but people are saying things like, he was as influential as Martin Luther King, right? Like this is in a world where, he must have got millions and millions of views on so many videos. It's insane, right? And
Yeah.
not just in the United States and not just in Canada, worldwide, this guy was, right? So,
Well,
so he was
Comparing him to Martin Luther King, I think Jr. is not necessarily whatever, even if it was true.
why? Because he's white.
No,
was
just because of
fucking
just the
influential.
the impact of Martin Luther King Jr. versus the impact.
What do
of
you
Charlie
mean?
Kirk,
This
or
guy
just
is
maybe on the same scale, but just not
Scale.
necessarily to try to the audience maybe was they had as many followers or whatever, but obviously the importance of what Charlie Kirk was fighting for versus Martin Luther Jr. King. I think those are two things not to be compared.
not
But
what they're
anyways.
fighting for. A level of influence over the
Sure.
population,
Sure,
right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
how important it is. I don't know. Because we're in Canada, does it all matter?
Yeah.
The guy got shot on TV because he what? Why? What did the guy
People didn't
do?
like what he had to say. Yeah.
That's so fucking crazy.
He said boys should be boys and girls should be girls, and everyone was like, "We got a problem with that."
That is not right
Right?
because there's intersex and there's this and there's this and there's that and it's fucking. But how can we live in a world where that just happens and
Yeah.
now everybody's just talking about it and then that's it. We're gonna move
So,
on. Something else
We got
is
to
gonna
first
happen.
do this, okay? Because we're part of the media, okay? So we got to clear. Michael Mallinson, 77 years old, from Toronto, retired banker. His photo was used in the initial, chaos, and
Is that
they
that old
said
bald guy?
he was the shooter.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But he was
I
never
heard
even
about that.
in Utah. This
No.
guy has now been attacked, and obviously social media, keyboard warriors are all. He is not the guy. All right.
That's a
He-
side.
he-
That's like a distraction over here.
No, that was just fake news of all fake newses. So the person who has been arrested, so this is named Tyler Robinson. He's 22 years old. Attended Utah State University for one semester. His
the guy-
dad is like a deputy chief.
This is the guy
Right.
that wrote trans or something on the bullets, or he wrote some weird shit on the bullets.
I don't know. Those could be trans bullets. Maybe he thought those bullets didn't think they were deadly. They identified as a non-deadly
Rubber bullet.
rubber bullet. It's possible. Okay, in
It's
their world, I imagine that it would be something that they have deemed possible.
can't
And his
believe.
father actually turned him in, who's like a deputy sheriff,
Yeah,
because once they saw the photo and stuff like that, and you see the shooter, you see the way how he climbed up in there. People were talking about him being like a professional
sniper.
sniper. Like this is like a an ex like veteran or something like that. But clearly he wasn't. I think everyone just
Clearly,
knows how to
that
shoot
guy
guns out
wasn't.
there. Yeah,
I mean, listen, you just need a PlayStation nowadays or a computer, and you know how to use a gun. And
yeah,
I'm not even kidding. Like, you should see my son use guns in VR. It's pretty crazy. He could pick
yeah,
up any real gun and
yeah,
definitely figure out how to use it. I definitely could not.
yeah.
But I think that um, it's very convenient that we always find all of these clues laying around when people assassinate other people. Like there's always some kind of like a letter or clues left behind or a Facebook
Hmm.
page. And clearly, like they're always white, super disturbed, like fucked up people,
Right.
right? Like it's like how convenient can it be that this guy, had a Facebook page that said like fuck Trump and this whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
The story's so his dad turned him in. Like, how did the dad
What are
know?
you saying, Daryl? Are you
I'm
saying that potentially he's the fall guy?
No, I'm just
Is this
saying that there's a lot of weird shit surround. Why does it happen at a rally? Why didn't it happen like when he was just walking down the street or at the office? Like
maybe he's hard to catch. He knows where he's going to be, and he
he,
knows that there's going to be a vantage point to
I don't know.
the
I
shot.
think if you're really like if you're some amateur guy with a backpack that just blends into the crowd, like do you really need to do it on live TV at like a thing where there's I don't know, 20,000 people? Like you got to do this whole
Maybe he
crazy
thought,
thing?
first of all, I don't think these
This is
people
not
are
ideal.
all that mentally stable.
Well, clearly,
They,
there's mental instability all over the place. But let's think this through, okay?
okay.
Let's say TK. Okay, you know what? This guy, we invested some money with this guy in a development deal, and things
Yeah.
went sideways. Okay, and we're just two amateurs that maybe one of us knows how to use a gun for fuck's sakes, and we decide, you know what? We're gonna do it. Fuck this guy. Okay, he doesn't deserve to live. That piece of shit. Okay, like, are we really waiting until he does an event to like raise more money and hide up in the rafters and snipe the guy in front of everybody with cameras and people everywhere and somehow get away? Like, is this like our thinking is this sounds like the easiest way to get away with this thing by doing it in the most public event we could possibly find, right? And then try and escape. Like, what is this? A fucking video game? Like a challenge? This seems like theater, TK. Okay,
Mhm.
it seems theatrical to me, and I could be wrong because I skew towards the conspiratorial all the time. But
Okay.
I don't trust these motherfuckers for anything anymore. Do
Mhm.
you? Like, do you?
I don't trust, and so I hear what you're saying. But remember when that Markham real estate agent was killed, for the development deal, like the example that you just gave, those guys drove her body up like a couple hours north and like lit it on fire, something like that. Like that was their way of getting rid of the body when there was so many other options. Like we're right next to Lake Ontario. Like, do you know how many bodies are at the bottom of Lake Ontario? You know how easy that would be to make somebody disappear
But they
to
like
you know?
they went to his house and they did it. There were two people around, like one person who was in the
Yeah.
lobby. It was like, okay, this is how the criminals that are dummies that are like not really criminals. Let's just go fucking kill him. Okay.
Do you know the criminals that we find out about, Daryl?
What do you mean?
The dummies.
Yes, the dummies.
You don't find out about the ones, right? Like the ones who
Unless
are
their
like
dad tells on them.
again another dummy. When you got the
What?
mob hits at the little coffee
Dad, you
shops and
won't
things like
believe what
that,
I just did.
and the guys jump back on a
Mama.
plane and they go back to Europe and you never hear from the shooters again, and like these are the things that guys know what they're doing. This type of scenario here are just people who are acting out of mental illness and end up on the news, and we find out everything about them. Anyways, let's not talk about it too much today.
No.
Okay, just that's obviously a very important thing. So rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Our condolences to his family.
But-
Obviously, whether you agree with him or not, the fact that some people are going online and saying that like good that this happened
Good. Fucking
is insane.
celebrating.
And
Insane.
shame on you.